All right, my friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing your Monday horoscope for the 12th of April 2021. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the Sunday new moon vibes. They're going to carry into Monday as the moon finishes up its transit through the sign of Aries. It's important to recognize that the moon is still going to be crossing over Aries. It's going to be creating a square over to Pluto. It's creating a sextile over to Jupiter and conjunct Venus before it leaves the sign of Aries. What does all that mean? It means there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in the sign of Aries. As the new moon was all about amping us up, about appreciating ourselves, our life, wherever we're at. For us being our own best friend, for us appreciating and valuing our individuality, not only appreciating our individual self, but having the spark of the match to get us where we want to go, whatever that may be, to ignite that little bit of fire in the brain. As well, with all of this energy conjunct to Aries, it's how we deal with emotions, how we're dealing with feelings, how we're dealing with truth coming at us, or somebody else's truth coming at us. Just because it's somebody else's truth doesn't mean it's our truth. As the North Node in Gemini is saying, we must be seeking our truth. So, all of the Aries energy is ruled by Mars. Mars is seemingly going in circles in Gemini. Okay, so we might not understand exactly what's going on or where we're going, but we might feel ambitious to get going there. As well, Mars moons is something I don't talk about a whole lot, but every now and then I talk about it. They're named Phobos and Deimos, which means fear and terror. So it deals with aggravation. It can deal with anger. We can feel angry or in a hurry to get something done, but we don't know why we're angry. Or somebody can say something to us or talk about something and we might be upset about the nature of the conversation or whatever it is. There's 1,017 reasons to be upset by something, but it's coming back to ourselves and our motives, our instincts, and supporting our emotional body, supporting our mind, supporting our breath. We don't have to be upset because somebody else is. We don't have to reflect their energy. We don't have to reflect their attitude. So a lot of this new moon energy and today's finishing up the moon in Aries is coming back to self. And especially with this Mercury sextile, I think I said square yesterday in the new moon video. Mercury sextile to Saturn. This is reminding that we are the authority, that we have the ability to slow things down. We have the ability to hit the brakes, to pump the brakes. And we don't have to play by somebody else's rules necessarily. And I mean that in a very respectful way. So at 7 in the morning here, we see the moon square to Pluto. So we're bringing change. This new moon is bringing change. Again, there's some sort of eruption happening, that volcano kind of effect that we're talking about yesterday on the new moon video. That new moon energy, that new beginning, can be disruptive. The Aries energy can be disruptive, disrupting our lives. Something must change in our lives. And the moon square to Pluto is reminding us that, yes, if we stay structured and disciplined, we can follow through with this, whatever it may be, whatever the thing is that's creating that epiphany in our lives. And then the moon sextile to Jupiter. This eruption, this volcanic eruption, something we talked about yesterday as well, in the new moon video, this is about the abundance of our future selves. That's the beauty of this. And when we're putting ourselves in check, when we're tuning in with ourselves, our emotional body, when we're loving ourselves, appreciating ourselves no matter where we're at, no matter what's happened in the past, and if we have a vision set out for the future, if we're able to steer with the tools that we have, steer properly without getting out of control, That's the beauty of the sextile between Saturn and Mercury here, as well as Saturn and Chiron. About healing ourselves, slowing it down when we need to, not necessarily wanting or having to feel the need to fit in with other people, but marching to the beat of our own drum and appreciating our own uniqueness. And then we have the moon connect with Venus. This is where our emotions and that which we desire come into an alignment. Also creating a square to Pluto. Maybe things are changing in our lives. Maybe we really loved, whatever, Lucky Charms. Now we're growing up. Maybe Lucky Charms isn't the thing that is going to fuel us. It's not the thing that we need for our future. Maybe it's some granola and fruit in our cup, Again, use that for whatever you want. But this is just saying that there's something that's kind of changing. There's some sort of change that must happen in order for us to be abundant in our future selves. And as the day progresses now, we finally have the moon by 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time moving out into the sign of Taurus, which is a great relief. And we're not going to conjunct Uranus until about 7 o'clock in the morning, 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning the next day. So this is a great relief for the moon as we're coming out of all this Aries energy. So this new moon energy is on Sunday to Sunday night at 10:30 p.m. And then it really carries over. It's after, boom, that 10:30 p.m. thing. That's, so we could be feeling it all Sunday morning, depending on, I'm going to put this out pretty early. We could be feeling this energy all Sunday morning, and then at nighttime is that the darkness, the stillness, the quietness of the mind, where the moon is not illuminated by the sun. It's shadowed completely. Finishing up this Aries energy, this square to Pluto, these aspects that it's making. It's like reinstalling. It's a firmware update to our minds, a firmware update to our hearts, setting our vision on our future. What is it that we are trying to achieve right now in this time? What are we trying to accomplish? We might have these really big goals, and each goal might be in increments. It's like each step, So if the end goal is the top of the staircase, each step is a kind of a level. So if like a video game, if the goal we're trying to reach is beat the whole game, but there's different bosses at different levels. So it's like this energy right now is saying, well, what is the boss at this level? What is the thing that we need to focus on here in this now? And we have this push to conquer, to achieve whatever it is. And then the moon finally moving out by 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time into the sign of Taurus. This is a bit of relief. This is that, like Monday's not going to be so rough. It might be in the morning. As, going to work, it might be, people are rushing to get around each other, and there's the sense of hurrying going on as the fire is lit underneath everyone's butt, But then as the day progresses, it's like there's a sense of calmness, stillness, as the moon is exalted in Taurus. Taurus, that stable sign, stable earth sign. We need stability. Reminding us that no matter what is going on, whatever boss level we're facing right now in our own lives, or that we're creating, we're all creating our own agendas, as well as we have the outside agendas that are imprinted and impacting us on a daily basis, right? So this moon energy moving into Taurus gives us that stability of saying, like, okay, I'm able to face this head on. I'm able to sit down and do the work, whatever the work may be, and figure out what tools I need right now to beat the level, to finish this aspect or this character, or not character, this part of my life, this part of the chapter. What is the necessary steps now? And now I can face those with a sense of ease, even though there's still a lot of energy up in Aries saying push, 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 go. And this is reminding us that this is a marathon, not a sprint. That this isn't downhill skiing where everything's just going to go this easy way, but this is like a cross-country skiing. Like cross-country skiing and handstands, the best, it's a funny thing. Both of these are about leaning in. And the people who have mastered the handstand and are the best cross-country skiers have fallen a lot because it's leaning to that point of almost falling, but yet being able to stand in that stable ground. That's what this energy is teaching us today. That's what this energy is teaching us over the weekend. That we might have to fall down many, many times. We might have to face plant several times before we learn that balance of self. We might have to get into many arguments with other people. We might get in many conversations that are not favorable with other individuals until we learn ourselves and value ourselves of what conversations we're willing to have or not willing to have. Because we value ourselves. So we might be falling on our faces a lot. We might be learning a lot. And it's getting appreciation and comfortability with that change. And this is how I used to react. This is how I used to respond. This is now how I'm willing, because I'm not willing to go beyond this limit. I'm not willing to break my boundaries or my limits, even if somebody else wants to push me there. They don't have the ultimate authority over me to do that. That's what the astrology is teaching us today, over the weekend into today. All right. So my friends, hope you again have or are going to have a beautiful new moon. I hope you have a great start to your Monday and a beautiful rest of your evening. Always appreciate you. I love you. I wish you enough, and I'll see you tomorrow.